Hey, yo! Hey everyone, Andrew
Mrs. Cutter.
here bringing you another video, and today we're going to be doing some questions and answers where you guys have the opportunity to ask us questions and we do the best we can to give you guys good answers. Now remember, there's no such thing as a stupid question. You can ask us anything. Almost anything. There's a few things that are probably off limits.
That are definitely off limits.
You can ask a question by commenting on a page, commenting on a video, or sending me a personal message. Just make sure that you tell us that this is a question for us together rather than my own individual questions that I do for my own individual question and answers. So with that said, let's get... Sorry, I just spat on her. So with that said, let's get into the questions themselves. There's not that many questions here, but there's still some questions. So these are directed to either Mrs. Cutter alone or both of us together. So, pulling up the old computer. First question. Ooh. Actually, I do have a question for Mrs. Cutter. Is it true the main character, Twilight, cheated on Edward with the werewolf character? And if so, does this change your view of her character? Question mark.
I did actually...
Just to let you know, we both have colds, so we might be a little raspy.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to sound like I'm going through puberty. But, I did actually answer this question on YouTube already. I haven't read any of the Twilight books, but I have heard that Edward does distance himself from Bella in the second book, and in turn Bella does develop a closeness to the werewolf character. But if she had in fact cheated when her and Edward were still together, I wouldn't condone that, and I definitely would not enjoy her character as much because cheating isn't cool. So, I mean, I answered that previously on mine, but that's a brief response to it right now for you. So.
That was a you question only. Here's the next one. Since your girlfriend has become part of your channel, appearing on it, I think it's okay to ask these questions. 1. Were you two high school sweethearts? 2. Did she always know about your nerd side? And 3. What do her friends say about the whole comic toy thing? My wife's friends think I'm a lunatic. Okay, well, you take the first part. Take this one.
We weren't high school sweethearts. We met actually right after I graduated high school, but we weren't high school sweethearts. We met through kind of mutual friends. His friend had been dating one of my friends at the time, and they're no longer dating, but clearly it was a success for us. So.
Yeah, I was going to say something. Oh, it was kind of funny because when I asked my friend and his girlfriend, asked if she had any friends that were single, and she said, yes, I do, and he also agreed that, well, she had the friend, which was her, and the whole entire time, the three of us knew that it was them two setting me and her up, but she had no idea. Actually, she didn't know until like a year or two later, right? And she was furious to find out that it was all just one big scheme, so, yeah. Next, did she always know about my nerd side? Did you? I think I kind of revealed it in strides. The first date, I did tell you my favorite show was Buffy and Angel. And I think I did tell you I like Batman, but, other than that, it came in strides. What do you remember?
I didn't always know about the nerd side. I wouldn't call it a nerd side, but when he told me about his favorite shows being Buffy and Angel, I don't, there goes the voice, I don't consider them...
Oh, I'm sick too.
I don't consider them nerdy. So, yeah, as time went on, he showed me more of his interests, but
I'll take it.
I don't think they make him nerdy.
No. She said on our first date, for lack of a better term, because it was the first date, she said as long as I wasn't a Trekkie, she was happy. And I told her I watched Star Trek, but I'm not a Trekkie. I think she still doesn't understand the difference, but there's different levels of Star Trek fans. But I remember the first time I actually showed her my collection of figures, and it was like a big moment for me, and she was like, no big deal. So, it was in stride. Next, what do your friends say about my whole comic toy thing? That's the question.
My friends don't necessarily know about the whole comic figure thing,
There you go, figure.
but if they had something to say about it and they knew more about it and they didn't like it, that would be too bad, because as I believe I've said before, he's entitled to his own interests, and who am I to tell him what to be interested in or not interested in? So, yeah, I respect my friends' opinions, but this wouldn't affect my opinion of Andrew.
I think it's easy for us because I don't bring it up at all. Like, I only bring up nerdy, geeky topics when they get brought up. Like, if someone makes a reference to Nintendo, I'll say something about Nintendo. But, I mean, when we're out with friends, whether it's mine or hers, we really don't talk about that stuff. Unless it's, like, Jay, Matt, or Doug, then we go off like crazy. But, I mean, if it's, like, your friends, we don't really talk. I don't talk about that stuff, so they really don't know. I mean, when you're out with your significant others, group of individuals, you kind of know what to say and what not to say, correct?
Yeah, we kind of just come up with a subject and talk about it. I will say that, excuse me, there have been times in the past where we've gone out with other couples, and my friend's significant other would have similar interests, like in Batman, in Power Rangers and whatnot,
Yeah.
and there would be common ground there, and there wouldn't be an issue discussing those kind of things there, so it's all good.
Sorry, I'm just drinking. We both have raspy throats. Next question. What comics has Mrs. Cutter read? Do you remember?
And because I'm hesitating, you guys aren't going to think I've read any. But I have. He wouldn't say I did, and I wouldn't say I did if I haven't. I have read The Killing Joke. I actually got that for Andrew for his birthday a couple years ago. And I enjoyed that, although it was obviously a darker comic. It's hard not to be a dark comic when it involves the Joker, but I enjoyed that story. I've also read a Supergirl comic before, and some Batman comics. I won't go into what the titles are because it'll look like I'm winging it, but that is true. I have read comics with Andrew. He will read them to me, and I take in the art and whatnot, but, yeah, I've read comics with him.
She didn't read Supergirl. She's getting a little confused. She read Batman, Superman, Supergirl, the Jeff Loeb story. We're currently reading Hush now. We got through Volume 1. We're working on Volume 2 together. And after Hush, I have a plan of stuff for her to read, but it probably won't happen right away. So, she does read. Not as much as, she's not a comic book fan. She just does it for me because I watch Laguna Beach with her, or Hills with her. It's common. It's us just doing stuff together. Next question. What are your thoughts on the next Twilight movie? I guess that's directed to both of us. Do you want to go first? What's
You
the
can
name
take
of the
this
movie?
one.
Oh. The whole thing?
No, you can start off.
Okay. I don't remember the name of the movie yet. Something Moon?
New Moon.
You know, I'm going to say the same thing I said about Twilight. I am not a girl. I am not demographic. I'm not a teenage girl, so I have no real interest in it. Twilight itself did not impress me as a movie, this doesn't look like it's going to impress me that much either. Although it looks like they are trying to amp things up a bit. The Twilight movie just felt very plain with everything. This second movie seems to be they're trying to at least explore like a little bit more action, a little bit more intensity with the characters. But I mean, I don't even remember the movie trailer that much. I really don't care. The only way I'll see the movie is with her. Other than that, I don't care. The CGI looks crappy. I remember a werewolf jumping out, and that's it. So, honestly, like I said before, I'm not the demographic. I'm not the people that they're going to gear the movie towards. So, I don't care. But it does look better than the first movie. I can say that. It doesn't look as bad. And to be fair, I mean, I'll just shut up now. Never mind. Those are my thoughts.
I don't have many thoughts on the next Twilight movie other than when I did see the trailer a while back, it does look like it has more action than the first one, so that's a plus. I will say that it is really random that Dakota Fanning is in the next Twilight movie. I think that might be a step down for her. She's a child actress. She's a teenager now, but she started off in the I Am Sam movie.
Oh, what's the daughter?
Mhm. So I thought that was kind of random. I don't know if that's gonna work, but yeah, I mean, it looks like it has more action in it, so that's a plus. But I'm not gonna rush out to see it when it's in theaters. I didn't with the first one, so we'll see if I end up seeing it on demand or something. But
Probably with your sister.
don't really have much of an opinion. So
Okay, next is, do you guys watch sports together? I assume this is because you see me wear a Red Sox shirt every once in a while. You can take this.
we don't really watch sports together. If we do, on occasion, it'll be Red Sox baseball, and that would be more my choosing than Andrew's because I like sports more than Andrew does, and on occasion we'll turn the Red Sox on and watch that together for a little bit, but I'll watch sports on occasion, but not really with Andrew.
Yeah. I'm not really a sports fan. I'm kind of a fair weather sports fan, and even that I'm barely. I'll be a sports fan for my friends and for my girlfriend. I don't really care for it. I will watch it and somewhat enjoy it. For example, like when the Patriots were going undefeated, that was awesome. And then when they lost, I just didn't care. I mean, I wasn't sad. I just didn't care. I remember texting my friend saying, well, at least Zelda is still undefeated. If you get it, it's kind of a joke. But honestly, I don't care. I only wear the Red Sox shirt because, I mean, it looks good on me. No. I just wear it because I have it. I mean, I'm not a big fan of sports. The only sports I think we're fans of together is the Red Sox. She loves the Red Sox to death. She's a Red Sox girl. So that we only watch sports together when it's on.
We'll watch big games together on occasion, like the Super Bowl. But
Yeah. Her father loves Red Sox. He doesn't even talk to anyone when he's watching Red Sox, which is quite cool. But last question. Are you going to review Superman, Batman, Public Enemy movie with Mrs. Cutter? I assume this is... What?
yeah.
Well, I guess it is for me. I'm assuming that's because we reviewed Green Lantern First Flight. I don't know. It's like $9 to pick up, but I'm trying to save money. If I get it, maybe we'll watch it together. Obviously, I've read Public Enemies. She hasn't. But it also comes down to the fact that she want to watch it, and it comes down to the fact that she want to review it with me. That's the case. So it's really up to you. I mean, I think the Green Lantern thing was a one-time thing. I don't know. You call the shots. You're in charge.
We'll see. This might be something to consider because I like Superman and you like Batman, so it could be a little showdown. But
I think it's going to be harder for her to watch, though, because Public Enemies is based off a story, where Green Lantern First Flight was just based off the Green Lantern. There's going to be a lot of characters and things in Public Enemies she's probably going to get lost on. So, well, you don't know the characters. Do you know who Black Lightning is? Major Disaster? know who Shazam, Captain Marvel is, Hawkman? Well, you know who Hawkman is, kind of. He's the man. But yes, those are all the questions there, so I can delete them. Actually, I should save them just in case our video doesn't work. But yes, you can ask us a question anytime you want. Make sure that you specify what question is for both of us rather than just me. I'm blanking. I had a long day at school. We both had long days at school. So with that said, and a few of you have asked if I was going to do more videos with this cutter. Yes, we will. On occasion, it won't be a constant thing, but every once in a while we will. If there's something specific you want us to talk about, it doesn't even have to be a review. It can just be talking about something. We can do that. I mean, you're open to a lot of topics.
Yep, bring on the diverse topics.
Yeah. I mean, whatever you want, just ask. It doesn't matter if we're going to review it or if we care to review it. But throw out some suggestions, and again, if you have any questions, just send them out there. This is just a little quick Q&A. With that said, we're going to end this video here. This is Andrew.
Mrs. Cutter.
Saying peace out for now.